In this video, I'm going to break down the 7 biggest mistakes I made when building AI-powered automations so that you can avoid them. The automations I build typically focus around sales and lead management for creative agencies. However, if you don't fit that demographic, for example, if you own a local bakery, there's still a lot you can learn from this. So automation building for businesses can be complicated. This guide will take you through the 7 mistakes I've made over the last 3 months. Trust me, avoiding these mistakes will give you a massive competitive advantage. So, firstly, you have neglecting UX. I made the mistake of overcomplicating simple lead processes like those for call booking and purchasing a lead magnet. UX design refers to user experience. Um, and if you overcomplicate what should be a simple process like booking a call by having a form that leads have to fill in with lots of questions and lots of different steps to book that call, and if they go to book a call with you on Calendly, and then it takes them to another page, and they have to fill this in, and then this, and then they get an email. You just see a massive drop-off rate. Same for purchasing lead magnet. You want to keep the user experience of the client as simple as possible. Obviously, this is UX UI design, but you can sort of apply a similar concept to automations in the customer journey. Secondly, you have not knowing the goal. I would forget what the purpose of each step was when building an automation. I realized the importance of maintaining clarity. So, for example, why am I building this system to have a Slack reminder in it? Well, that's so that the agency receives a message as soon as the lead is captured and can therefore call the lead up immediately to increase conversion rate. Or why am I adding lead qualification for those who have booked a call? Well, that is so that I don't waste my time having a call with a prospect who is not a suitable fit for my agency. Their budget is significantly too low. They're a local business when in fact I'm targeting freelancers or something. You need to ask yourself all these questions and know the purpose of each step. Third, you have infrequent testing. I used to only test the automation after it was all built. And therefore, if there was an issue, this makes it much harder to detect where the issue is. So recently, I was building an automation for lead management, and although I tested all the modules individually, I was building this on Make. Although I tested all the modules individually, you just select run this module only. When I then ran the whole automation of 15 modules together, only the first 3 ran. The others were initialized but never ran, never completed. And that makes it a lot harder to detect where the error or the issue is. If you frequently test the automation, then you can see, okay, I've tested the automation, it works. Now I've added this additional step. Now it doesn't work. Now only these 3 modules work. So therefore I know that this newest module which I added is the error. So that's why it's important to test it as frequently as possible. These no-code automation tools like Make have very inexpensive plans as well, and so it won't come at a cost, really much of a cost, to run these automations regularly. So, fourthly, for CRM integrations, I used to not consider how a CRM would integrate with the lead capture and management systems I was building. Here you have ClickUp. When I was trying to integrate ClickUp with a lead management system, obviously ClickUp is generally seen as a project management software, but you can also use it as a CRM tool. And the point is that if you are unable to find a way to take those leads from Google Sheets and transfer them to the CRM, because although you can use Google Sheets as a CRM, most agencies don't. They use a software specifically designed for that. Yeah, if you're doing that, then there's no purpose even collecting the leads on Google Sheets. The whole point of capturing these leads is to track them, to nurture them, to see their journey. When you have calls with them, you have some details of who these leads are, etc. And so yeah, you need to find a way to integrate that CRM into the automation system. Here, that would include creating a task, doing that module for ClickUp, and then filling in all the individual fields depending on the responses given by the client. So here, when a client fills in a form when when they book a call, that value for the email address is put here into ClickUp as well. That value that they give in for the website and the phone number is transferred into the correct space, the correct field in ClickUp. If you have lacking error handling, you'll always experience errors. So always consider when and where these errors could occur and what you could do to combat them. So this is a relatively simple system for leads who have not been called up. And what it does is at the end of every day, you get sent a message on Slack, which gives you a list of all the leads that have not been contacted that day. And so therefore you can go into work the following morning and see, okay, I haven't contacted this, and this lead. And you then can or cannot decide to call them up. And the error handling here, this break module, is important when you're handling lots of data. What it does is it takes a break. When there is too much data being imported, it takes a break and then retries it 3 times. Sixth, you have overcomplication. I just think that the more steps, the better. In reality, you can create incredibly powerful automations with minimal workflows. For example, for a make system for lead capture, lead qualification, call reminders, notifying yourself on Slack, multiple other small steps, you only need around 15 modules. And with how inexpensive these no-code automation software are, this really, this is not expensive. Why would you overcomplicate a process just for the sake of it? Finally, you have ignoring lead segmentation. I made the mistake of believing all leads are the same and failed to segment them. This meant I wasted time on unqualified leads. So here is an article that says, what does segmentation lead to? Segmenting markets based on purchase behaviors enables marketers to develop a more targeted approach. So in my case, for sort of lead management, lead conversion, that would be segmenting those leads who have purchased a lead magnet and those who have booked a call. The journey for those two types of leads is very different. For example, on the form that you get the two to fill out to capture them, for those purchasing a lead magnet, you'd want to keep the form as simple as possible, because although they have shown some interest in your agency, they're not massively interested. They just want some free value. And so therefore they generally aren't as willing to fill out, multiple questions. You really only want to keep it to sort of name, your email address, maybe something else like a phone number. Whereas leads who've booked a call generally are far more interested in your agency and your services, and will therefore be more willing to fill out a couple more questions to sort of confirm that call booking. But not just that, you can also segment leads who've booked a call and leads who've booked a lead magnet in other ways of the customer journey. Obviously, those who've purchased a lead magnet, you'd want to nurture, whereas those who booked a call, you don't. Different things like this. It allows you to have a more targeted approach, as the article says. So preventing these 7 common mistakes from occurring will enable you to see significant improvements outside of your business. Yeah, and those are the 7 key lessons I've learned over the last few months of getting into the industry of business automations, digital operations. I'd appreciate if you'd subscribe. I put out a new video every week on topics such as AI, the agency sales funnel, AI automation, and lead management.